All right, y'all. So I recently watched the newest episode of the show Alien Earth, and although the overall storyline hasn't moved forward much in that episode, a lot of freaking stuff happened in the episode. The overall storyline didn't move forward, but a lot of stuff happened in that episode. Uh, First of all, the redhead, the redhead with the bug eyes, that has to purse her lips like every second of the day for some reason. She's becoming more violent each and every day. I mean, she is just like on every person she comes across now, she wants to just off. Like completely take them off their board. Her nibs and the xenomorph are like of the same mind in my opinion. They're very freaking violent. And they both seem to obey Wendy. But yeah, speaking of Wendy and the rest of the lost children, the lost children, they found themselves. They found a new purpose, and their new purpose now is, according to Wendy, rule, which uh it looks like to Boy Cavalier's curious nature, I guess he wants to see how it plays out. So I guess he's cool about where he is right now. But yeah, Nibs, the redhead chick, really freaking violent. And also the eye, the eye alien that was in the sheet, well, it's not there anymore. It escaped the enclosure and it attacked the brother, Wendy's brother. And of course, Wendy ain't having that, so no. The brother managed to fight it off with Wendy's help, and it went down some kind of drain and escaped to the beach and crawled into the carcass of Arthur Sylvia. And now I guess it's just gonna wander off and possibly find a more suitable host. But whew, that can't end well. Anyway, Curly, the girl that deluded herself as Boy Cavalier's favorite, she has a now new delusion. Now she wants to delude herself to think that she is Jane in this whole Peter Pan scenario. She is not Jane. Okay, I've watched the movies. She ain't Jane. She ain't Jane. Boy Cavalier ain't Peter Pan by a long shot. Uh, the chick who's was named Wendy, she's not Wendy. Okay, nobody is fitting the scenario anymore. They've grown out of that. They're their own people now. I guess they should just go as the names they were given. I mean, it can't hurt. But anyway, outside of that, Boy Cavalier now finds out he ain't Peter Pan because Wendy has told him who he is. Uh, the past repeats itself. He has now become his father, and he's now just a person that just hates the world and wants everyone to feel it. He didn't like that breakdown of his character. He didn't like that at all. But you know, when you're a captive, what can you do? Then we had one of my favorite moments, the Kirsch versus Morrow fight. I mean, Morrow did say in last episode he'll be seeing that guy real soon. And the very next episode, they had their fight. Hey, Morrow already knew. Morrow already knew you gonna have to see me later. And he, although he won the fight against Kirsch, uh, Wendy thought it best that Kirsch be saved for whatever reason. I guess Kirsch isn't really against the lost children, so I guess she saved him in her own little weird I now have powers way. More on that later, cause let me tell you something. Wendy, are we gonna talk about how Wendy has like Maeve from Westworld powers? Like it's like they just ripped off Maeve from Westworld. Like she now has control over electronics, just like Maeve. I mean, Maeve isn't controlling like alien species or nothing like that, but you know, she's kind of acting like Maeve from Westworld, and she's slowly gaining control over like all the electronics, and yeah, she is out in control of not only, well, I wouldn't say control, but she does give a lot of commands to the xenomorph, and it does what she says. But she also has control over the electronics. We saw it real early in the season where she communicated with her brother through the screens, and she said the familiar quote that they both knew about. Well, now she has a lot of control to the point where the other people that are synths are electronically made. She can control the actual people too. So that's a little scary. Okay. She's growing into her powers more and more each day, almost as quickly as Nibs has grown into a psychopath. Almost as fast as that. But that brings me to the theory that she controls the xenomorph. Now, my smart brother from over on the other side of TikTok, Virgo Blade, shout out to Virgo Blade. I would never try to go over his head. I don't even think I'm smart enough to do that. But he has the opinion that she controls the xenomorph. I have another opinion where it's more like when you're watching the new Jurassic World and you find out that the Indominus Rex is part raptor, and that's how it's communicating with the other raptors. And it's not so much as it has mind control over the raptors and they have to do what it says. It's just that the raptors are like, hey, it's like big mama raptor that can communicate with us. We found someone we're kin to, so why not do it? I think it's closer to that. I think the xenomorph finally has found a little bit of kinship, somebody on the island that isn't trying to take it out, and so it just it's bonded with Wendy, and it has some kind of, I guess, mother-child relationship with Wendy. It doesn't have to do what she says, but it does for some reason. And that's how I personally think of it. I mean, my brother Virgo Blade could be absolutely right in what he thinks. She could have like control over the xenomorph. That honestly is probably the smarter idea, but that's just how I think about it. And last but not least, Yutani is on the way. We see like towards the end of the episode, there's like some jets coming towards the island, and the takeover has begun. The queen literally called on her jet fighters, and they about to earn their pay. Okay, they about to rock the Casbah. Okay, it looks like Yutani is about to find Boy Cavalier and just take over all this mess. Well, take over the island because she's not gonna find the lost children. That's probably not gonna happen, and she's probably gonna release Morrow. So I don't think Morrow has anything to worry about. Maybe Kirsch, but yeah, like I said, the overall storyline may not have moved forward, but a lot of stuff happened in that episode, and I am really freaking excited to see the next episode. What happens when Utani gets there and is just like the xenomorph, just a part of the crew now. And what are they gonna call themselves at this point? I mean, are they going to go by their actual names or what's going to happen there? And where do they even go from here? Like, are they venturing out from the island? Speaking of, what's the eye going to do? It's now in Arthur Sylvia's body. Where's the eye going to go? Where's the eye going to go? Where are the lost children going to go? What's going to happen to Boy Cavalier? What's going to happen to Kirsch and Morrow? What's Utani going to decide to do with the island? A lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Can't wait for the next episode of Alien Earth. Oh, I love this show.